Welcome back. 2 months ago, this was bare soil. This was where we pulled out some horrible, chewed up, not particularly happy potatoes after a very rough season in very bad soil. So I said, we need more humus in this soil. We need life in this soil. We need compost. So I grew my own.
I'm driving with the top down, baby. Rain won't stop me. I'm high on black coffee, baby. Your blues won't rock me. I'm planting on the seed cone, baby. Some crows can't stop me. I'm cranking up the bass and baby, and you can't drop me. Ooh, sugar pie. Ooh, sugar pie.
Look at that, taller than I am. There is a huge amount of life in here. This is mostly sunn hemp with mung beans, black-eyed peas, and sorghum-sudan grass all mixed together in here. A few handfuls of seed thrown around. A little bit of compost from the chicken run to get it going. We just raked it in and then just let it rain on it. That's incredible. This is a huge amount of biomass. 2 months from nasty, bare, dead sand like this to all this greenery. So what I could do here, I could cut this down, make some compost piles, and get compost for whatever I want. Or I could chop it down, let it stay on top of the ground and root down. Or I could graze it with animals, let animals chew their way through this. Goats would make short work of it. Let them chew and manure and chop it down, take them out. Let them do something else. It'll grow back. I could put them in there again to do that. You could put cows in here, let them run over it as part. I wouldn't put just, lock them just in here because they might get sick eating this much nitrogen. But let them graze through the area and trample it, that'd be great. Or chop it down and let them trample over what's left and pick out what they want. But not only the above ground growth is good for compost, there's a lot of root mass in there. And not only that, it's nitrogen fixing root mass. So you cut all this off, nitrogen is getting dropped into the ground beneath. There is a lot of root mass that's growing down into the ground beneath. So this is a massive sink of carbon, and it's also making nitrogen beneath the ground. So you could chop it, lasagna garden it, you could chop it, compost it, you could chop it, feed it to animals, you could run animals through on top of it, but you're growing your own compost in place. Very simple cover crop. Throw it out there and let it go. When you're not using a bed and it's the hot, nasty time of the year, this is the way to go. If you harvest later in the year and it's starting to get cool, you could do something similar with rye or oats or winter wheat. Mix it with some clovers, let that go through. Mix it with lentils, peas, that sort of thing. So you're getting a mixture of life. It's pumping sugars into the ground. It's capturing sunlight and carbon dioxide. It's making lots and lots of sugar, making lots and lots of biomass. You could chop all this and throw it in your chicken coop. Use it for bedding. Let them turn it into compost. A lot of things you could do, but I thought it was so surprising. I came back here after not being on this property for quite a while, and I went, look at that. It's taller than I am. It actually works. It's amazing. It's just like magic every time I do it. That's a lot of biomass. That's a lot of life. And if you're short on compost, definitely plant a cover crop and grow your own compost right in place. A lot of options right here. This is one of the methods I talk about in my book, Compost Everything. If you don't have Compost Everything, the Good Guide to Extreme Composting, check it out. I will put a link below. There are also a lot of guys like Gabe Brown, Dale Strickland, other people that talk about growing cover crops as a way to feed the soil. So check them out too. Look it up. It works. Grow your compost in place. And of course, if you want to fund this channel, obviously get a copy of Compost Everything, the Good Guide to Extreme Composting, which is full of simple tips on feeding your soil without buying in stuff. Catch you next time. Go plant a cover crop. And until then, May your thumbs always be green.
Sugar pie.